Hello, hello, and welcome to managing multiple offers or managing offers, but let's talk about multiple offers. So when you've got a listing that is, let's say the offer due date is coming up on Tuesday, the 20th, and you know that your sellers are going to review offers later that evening. Here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to time block out a good amount of time to review the offers, to update them into the spreadsheets that I'm going to show you, and to be able to reach out to those lenders, reach out to the buyer's agents, and to find out more about the buyers, right? And so make sure that you're time blocking out a decent amount of time. For me, if I know that a listing, or if I think that a listing is going to get anywhere between 5 to 10 offers, I like to time block between 2 to 3 hours to read the offers, go through them individually, make my notes, call the lender, call the buyer's agent, and really be able to know every detail of every offer. So at least 2 hours, especially if it's your first time working a listing that you think is going to have multiple offers. You're going to want to sit down for a decent amount of time and go through those by yourself before you have to present them to your sellers, right? The last thing we want to do is come to our sellers and say, hey, I've got some amazing offers for you. And they're like, cool, let's talk about them. And you're like, oh shit, now what? We don't want to do that. So what I'm going to show you is, actually, I'm going to go out of this screen. Here we go. So there's multiple ways you could go about managing several offers. The first way that I'm going to show you is through a spreadsheet. So if you're old school and don't like using HomeLight, aka Disclosures.io, if you don't like using that platform, what you could do is just type in stuff into the multiple offer spreadsheet, just like this here. The reason that I say is, like, if you're old school, is because there's a way easier way to do this. And that is to, on the confidential remarks in the MLS, to state, I want all offers to come in through either HomeLight or Glide. I believe now has that same feature where agents are going to specifically send you their offers on that platform, but you could do it through here as well. So you'll want to get detailed in here into who's the buyer's agent, who the buyer is. And then if you have any notes, you could add those in down here. In my actual spreadsheet that I use for buyers, I have a separate tab here that will allow for a net sheet, so that when I'm actually going through, let's say offer number 3 is the best one, when I'm going through that with them, they'll be able to say, oh, look, like offer number 3 was for 300,000. Let's go ahead and choose their offer, right? So I stopped screen sharing for a second so that I could take out people's names. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to show you is how I take in multiple offers. So what I like to do is I like to have all the buyer's agents submit their offers through HomeLight. And the reason why is because it does this spreadsheet for me. It will allow me to view the offer directly here, respond to the offers. You can see we got multiple offers for the property at in Concord that I just listed. And it's just a really clear-cut way to see these offers. And so what you'll want to do is go through each of these offers, view the offer, wait to respond until you've actually spoke with the sellers. You can respond and say, hey, Anna, thank you so much. Your offer has been received. We will be reviewing offers at 6 p.m. and hope to speak with you soon. That's totally fine, but don't respond saying getting to it or something like that. Acknowledge that your offer has been received. You will still get agents that are going to send you PDFs via email, no matter how many times you ask them to submit via HomeLight. It's just human nature, right? So you can see all the additional, if I am, you know, let's say this offer here, if I'm talking to the agent and they're giving me additional information, I can also type that in here. If I have got lender notes, if the lender tells me, oh my gosh, these guys are super qualified, they've got stocks, they've got this, they've got that, or let's say they have a gift letter that I'm going to submit over to you, I can make those notes here as well. So stinking easy, right? So that's how you're going to be managing multiple offers. Now, when we are in a counter offer situation, there we go. When we are, let's say, in a counter offer situation, then you're going to want to allot yourself time after reviewing the offers with your sellers. I always allot 2 hours after the seller meeting to go through if I need to go do any sort of further investigation with the buyer's agents to find out more about the lender. If I need to draft up counter offers, whatever that is, I like to give myself, I basically allocate a half of a day to reviewing offers, first by myself, then with the sellers, and then as precautionary, I like to, do those seller counter offers as well. So allot enough time to give yourself, and if it doesn't take you that long, great, go move on to something else. But you'll be surprised, I think, at the amount of offers that you'll be receiving if you list the property at a reasonable price or at a price that's competitive for the market, right? So again, to wrap up here, we've got 2 different ways that you could manage your offers. It could be on that spreadsheet. And in that spreadsheet, I forgot to mention, I always send my clients a link to be able to view that spreadsheet as I'm filling it out. The second way is to go through a company like HomeLight, Glide. Other companies are out there too, where you're asking agents to send all offers to one centralized location. And again, make sure that you allot time for yourself to be able to go through those offers with your sellers. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.